What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about a question I get a few times, man. What's the fastest way to raise seed capital? Like, a seed round. And the seed round can be pre-seed, seed, anything between, I would say $1 to, let's say 100,000, just to keep this conversation simple. And it's very interesting. I mean, we already know the different ways you can raise money, right? You have VCs, crowd investing, angel investing, accelerator program, grants, banks. I'm sure I'm missing a few other ways, but they all connected as far as you all have to have some type of connection to speed up the process. You have to get some type of networking. Networking always a factor within. I always say you can't get around it. Now, I've tried different ways. Cold calling, cold email, does not work overall. It's a numbers game. You're probably going to have to. I mean, the statistic I collected for us, for me, when I was doing it, was 1 out of 100 was returning the email, at least telling you we're not interested, at least responding to what you were sending, right? And that's a very, very low number, because they don't know you most of the time. And I've talked to some investors, they tell you that most of the time they don't even read. They claim to get a lot of, pitch and business plan, and they don't look at it. The first thing they do, they look at the ones that are sent by friends or people they trust, that they respect, and they say, okay, maybe if that person sent me that, they vouch for that person, let me take a look at it. And that's just how it works. I used to find it cheesy. It's like, what? You gotta know somebody? You know how many great deals you probably miss, or people you don't know, but that's just how it is, man. People feel like that's the best way, minimize their risk, so on and so forth. Hey, who am I to judge how people, do their process? But for you, for a startup, what's the fastest way to raise a pre-seed or seed round, right? And my choice would be an accelerator program to actually do investment. Because accelerator program, if they accept you already, they already have pre-attached investment to your acceptance. That's the fastest way. And that's the best way. Not only that, but some great accelerator program, not just give you a seed round to get started, do other stuff depending on what program they have, but also introduce you to investing. And I never understood, I used to think that all accelerator programs were the same until I realized some are more powerful and much more beneficial than the others. So instead of doing multiple accelerator programs, if you're a tech company, I would focus on 2. Maximum 3, but 2 most of the time. If you're unable to achieve all your goal with the first one, accelerator program. You have to. The international one will be my first choice because they invest in you. There's very few accelerator programs in Africa that invest in companies. They're starting to come. NoSkin is one of them here in Rwanda, actually. Looking forward to see how they're going to be doing. But Techstar, and there's a lot of, I'm not even talking about the Y Combinator. To answer your question, accelerator program. That's the fastest way for you to get a seed round. It takes time for you to get approved. They have schedule, timeline. I would apply to 4 or 5, and hopefully you get one in. But you automatically know you got the money when you get accepted.